Hey everybody, Shep here. Well, today is August 9th, and I thought I'd kind of make a little update video about what's been going on. So I haven't posted a video for a couple weeks. Kind of been busy with other stuff, and I just kind of want to make a little video today talking about what's been going on the homestead. So the garden has been in full swing, the vegetable garden. As you know, I've talked about, we did the green bean harvest, and then the sweet corn harvest, and then yesterday I harvested the onions and got them drying. I harvested a little bit of potatoes, maybe like, a few feet of the row, and I've been very pleasantly surprised with how well they've done. Of course, I've never had much luck growing them, and I dug up some of the Kennebecks, and I feel like just what little bit I did, that was the best potatoes I've ever grown, because they looked like store-bought potatoes. They weren't all tiny like I've had in the past. Of course, that's the first year I planted potatoes in that garden, which is way better. So they've done real good. We've been harvesting tomatoes a lot. The other day I picked a bushel of them, and my wife canned them, and she made some tomato puree, canned that, and then canned some spaghetti sauce that she made. And kind of at the end of the season, I'm going to try to kind of add up all the stuff, kind of how much we got. Of course, we could get a lot more, but she's limited with time. That's how much time she can spend canning stuff, and really at this point there's not much use canning a whole lot more than we need in a year. I mean, what she's done, we'll still have it left over next year. So I do know with the sweet corn, I froze a little bit on the cob, trying that out, like on some videos that I saw on YouTube. And I know she cut some off the cob and froze like 14, I think it was 14 quart bags. I've been harvesting the Great Northern beans for the dried beans, and I've been stringing them up, and I've shelled a little bit of them. They look like they've done pretty well. They're about done. They've been dying off. And then I thought we'd take a look up here at the upper gardens. So the pumpkins, they've been doing good. I had some problems with squash bugs killing some of the plants, and so I bought some spray that's supposed to work on them, and I sprayed them a couple times, and I really haven't seen any. I was walking out here looking last year when they got in there real bad. Of course, they were planted in a different spot, but you could just, come out here and you had absolutely no trouble seeing them. But I kind of feel like, this is the beginning of August, and I kind of feel like I planted them a little bit early. Some of these are nice. These are, of course, really last year was the first year that I grew pumpkins, but these are nice. I mean, that's a nice size, and that variety is called Speckled Hound. That's kind of more of a decorative variety. Here's a really nice one here. So there for a few weeks we had a lot of rain, and laying out here, some of them I've seen have started to rot. So that may be part of the reason some of the plants are dying too, other than the squash bugs. But some of them are, still thriving. These varieties over here are supposed to be the giant pumpkins, but haven't really seen any pumpkins on them. Well, there's one, but that's obviously not big. See, there's a pumpkin that started to rot. Here's the little bitty gourd type pumpkins that the kids like so much. And then here's a smaller variety. Here was my extra cucumber plant that I planted. Kind of forgot that I'd planted here. And this is exciting. I've never grown these before. These are birdhouse gourds. And if they do well, my plan is to try to dry them out and make some martin houses to put by the pond. I think that would be neat to watch the purple martins. I've got friends that have those, and they talk about how much they like watching them. But I got a few here. I had 2 plants. This is one plant, and other plants over this way. So, you know, if those grow good, they might turn out decent. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of pumpkins, but I'm definitely going to have enough to decorate. And then the sorghum is doing really well. It's starting to shoot out heads. So that's cool to see. It won't get a whole lot taller than it is now. On me, it's a little bit more than waist high with the leaves sticking up. It's not quite chest high, but it's shooting out some heads, so that's exciting. I'm gonna have probably way more sorghum than I know what to do with. And it's funny because before I grew sorghum, I didn't really know how it grew, and just I had, you know, obviously seen it and kind of understood what the plant looked like, how it had the seed head at the top, but it doesn't. I guess I would have thought it would grow like the tassel does on corn, but it doesn't really. It has like this, the plant starts to bulge out, and you can see that there. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't grow the way I would think it would. But that's the sorghum. It looks real nice. Real nice. And then the field corn, all the rain, it has really grown. This upper end, the corn's a lot shorter. And when we had all the rain, like I said, there for 2 weeks, it never really did get dry. I mean, there wouldn't be standing water, but as soon as it would kind of dry up, it would rain again. And at a point, there was standing water in this end, and the bunch of it was laying over, I guess, from just being so wet. But I'm surprised how well it stood back up, because I mean, out in there it was just down. So it's done pretty well. That stuff is extremely tall. We'll kind of walk around here and look at it, but it's starting to get some ears on it, so that's exciting. You know, knock on wood, but it looks a lot better than my corn did last year. It's looking really good. I hadn't actually been out here and looked at it for a few days, but it's doing pretty good. This corn down on this end is the tallest stuff, and I'd bet it's 10 foot tall, the tallest stuff. At least 9 foot, probably close to 10. It's just very, very tall. I know in that one video where it was like, I don't remember if it was like chest high or whatever, I said next time we see this, it'll probably be, you know, way taller than I am. Well, that's true. I mean, I really wish you could just see how tall this is. And some of this tall stuff, which you can't really see, but kind of out in there, there's some ears on it, and they're head height on me. I mean, they're, you know, close to 6 feet off the ground. So just neat. I love the corn. I love the smell that it has when it's pollinating like it is now. But yeah, I thought I'd make a little update. The chickens are doing good. I still haven't got started on that chicken coop. I kind of don't have the time for as big of a project as it is at the moment. I'm going to try here soon to get the stuff together, get everything cut, and then hopefully one Sunday get a bunch of it knocked out and then be able to work on it a little bit, you know, in the evenings. But I'm probably going to be putting the chickens over in this spot here. Trees here, can't really do anything else. Trees be good, obviously, for the shade. So they're probably going to go over in here. It's kind of my plan. Gardens is over there, so I've been debating on how I don't want to just free range them because, well, kind of a little reason is I don't want them in the garden, which I don't think that's that big of a deal, but the main reason is because I know that there's too many trees and too many fence lines around here, and the woods obviously up there, and I just feel like you know, it's a really good chance that a predator would get them. Obviously tons of raccoons around here, and we've actually, and this is pretty weird, but here like this last week we have seen an owl that's been out in the daytime that sits in these trees up here. And I haven't really been close to it, but it looks like a barred owl. Not a barn owl, but a barred owl. That's kind of because it's not a great horn, and it's not, you know, a barn owl, but, so that's kind of weird. I don't want it, well, the chickens are big enough now. I mean, they're pretty close to full grown. I know they would be happier with a different pen, and honestly I thought I'd have the chicken coop built by this time, but hopefully sooner than later. But I've been debating what kind of fence I want to put up, because I'm not going to have, it's not going to be like Fort Knox. I mostly want to keep the chickens contained, because if the chicken wanders over in the fence row or something, I just feel like, you know, something can get it. If they're here, at least they've got a better chance. I mean, something could still get in and get them, but it has to, you know, make the chances a lot better. And I'm going to shut them up at night. But I'm probably just going to build a fence out of some T-posts and some tall chicken wire. That's kind of my plan, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. All the stuff for this coop, I should have everything I need for that, other than stuff like hinges and knobs and that kind of stuff, and screws. I have to buy some screws, but I won't have a lot of money in the chicken coop part, but I'll probably have to spend a couple $100 to build the fence like I want to. So that's pretty much it for the video. I'm going to show you one more thing that's new to the homestead, and then so I'll bring you back in just a minute. So we have a new member of our family here on our homestead. Yeah, this is, he won't stay in the picture. This is Sid, and he's just a little fella. Now, we've had cats here on the homestead. He's an outside cat. He's staying in the garage at night while he's little, but he's going to be living outside. I've had a heck of a time with mice in my garage, and hopefully he'll catch them when they get bigger. But, yeah, we've had cats here on the homestead, outside cats, for about the last 20 years, and usually we've had several. They've showed up, and some of them have been born here, but the last two we had were old, and one of them was 15 years old, which is old, you know, for an outside cat. Actually, he might have been 16. I think he was 16. But they died earlier this year, and we don't have a cat here, so Sid came along, and we got him. He's just the sweetest little cat. He's not really... Sid! There he is. Solid black. He's got a little bit of white on his belly. But hopefully he's going to be a mouse catcher, because we need those here on the homestead. So, well, everybody, thanks for watching. And, yeah, can you tell them bye? Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.